Took my family away from my Carolina home. Had dreams about the West and started to roam. 6 long months on a dust-covered trail. They say heaven's at the end, but so far it's been hell. And there's fire on the mountain, lightning in the air, gold in them hills, and it's waiting for me there. We were digging and shifting 5 to 5, selling everything we found just to stay alive. Gold flowed free like the whiskey in the bars. Sin was the big thing, Lord, and Satan was a star. And there's fire on the mountain, lightning in the air, gold in them hills, and it's waiting for me there. Empty cartridges and blood lined the streets. Men were shot down for the sake of having fun, or just to hear the noise of their 44 guns. And there's fire on the mountain, lightning in the air, gold in them hills, and it's waiting for me there. Now my widow, she weeps by my grave. Tears flow free for her man she couldn't save. Shot down in cold blood by a gun that carried fame, all for the useless and no good, worthless claim. And there's fire on the mountain, lightning in the air, gold in them hills, and it's waiting for me there. And there's fire on the mountain, lightning in the air, gold in them hills, and it's waiting for me there. Waiting for me there. Waiting for me there.
Doggone it, I did it again, guys. I forgot to take off my mute. Again, live television, live entertainment for you with a one-man show. So, no. Should have sound now. Can you hear me now? Because I have it going out. And Toledo Jess is in the house, but is he going to call like he said he might? Yeah, it's silly me. Another blonde moment, guys. I was listening to some Iron Horse, Fire on the Mountain, and went in on cue with my transition to this screen and forgot to undo my mic. It is what it is. But it's I was gonna do a Facebook Live at the same time, but I don't think I'm gonna do it because I have enough to pay attention to right here. Yeah, that's because I took off my mute. I'm not a big time broadcaster like you, sir. So, so Patrick, how'd you do the other day at your own little private Idaho? Ah, Groton backsplash. Very good. Get it done for Mama. She wants her kitchen done. Well, I was hoping Toledo Jess would have been here with me via Skype, but he's doing a kitchen and he's pretty busy, as you could see in the chat room. Who's going to be at the Fossick event in June? Not me, Ronald. I'm not going to be there. Or is Toledo Jess? Because we're going to be heading on our way south. South. Hey, Mr. John Wolf, how you doing, my friend? Thanks for joining us. We're going to the OSPA outing down at Vane Mountain, North Carolina, via the secret mine of ipanforgold.com. So you had a Indiana picker you gave to the owner's grandson? I bet he was stoked about that. So we have two Indianians in here. We have, oh, I believe Ronald's from Minnesota. John Wolf's representing Texas. Area 56241, and Patrick Moore is representing Indiana. Area 54614, whatever that number is, that's Damon. He's from your neck of the woods, Patrick. And I also believe. Oh, wait, I have a phone call. Hey, Mr. Toledo Jess, how you doing?
All right. I gotta turn the volume off on.
Yeah, you need to mute all your stuff.
Yeah, I did. No, I suppose you want me to get on video.
Well,
Ready?
that's up to you. That's up to you. Why we have you here today via Skype?
Hello.
Do you have anything you'd like to say to our listening audience tonight?
About my
Um,
kitchen remodel.
well, your work. So even though a lot of them heard it just the other night,
Oh, about the vet thing.
yeah, I have viewers that aren't. I don't think they're members of GPS or they don't listen to the show often. So if you want to
Uh,
say something,
well, just Jim Robertson's got a event going on in Indiana. The Fossick weekend. I'm not sure. Wait a minute. No. The weekend we're going down to Main Mountain. He's got.
That's the Fossick weekend.
Okay, yeah, same weekend, isn't it? Yeah, he's got an event going on at in Indiana at the what's the name of that place? McIntyre's place.
Oh, Cottonwood Trails.
Cottonwood Trails. Right.
And Greenboro or something like that.
Right. And it's free to vets. If you're a vet, you can go there and it, what we're looking for is for the disabled vet, somebody that doesn't get out. And I don't mean just physically, but the vets with physical problems and the PTSD and the TBI, which is traumatic brain injuries.
Right.
If you have a buddy or something that would that has a hard time getting out anywhere for whatever reasons, this might be a good opportunity to take them out there, let them get outside, let them dig for a little gold. There'll be no charge for them.
Right.
Because Cottonwood is a pay to play site. So
Yeah,
but
and club
but they
members
wait.
get a discount. Non-club members pay the full price.
But for this event, all charges have been waived for the veterans. So if
Right.
you guys, even if, like I said, even if you're not a veteran yourself, but maybe someone who's a veteran that can't get out because of disabilities or just the different problems that especially combat veterans have, take them out there, get them out there to have a little bit of fun, learn a little bit about panning for gold, and they get to keep all the gold they find. So it's good, and then hopefully throughout the summer this year, we'll have a couple more events in Ohio at either the Swank or one of the OSPA's areas.
Right.
So
Well, one way or another, we're gonna do something for our our men and women in uniform.
right,
We'll do something that's we've been inspired by people like John Wolf, who does it in Texas, and others, and
and the
um,
Colonel in
the
West Virginia.
Colonel, yes, yes, Joe Smoot,
Yep.
the Colonel, very good man, and our men and women in uniform deserve it. They deserve much more than what they get.
Well,
Um,
well, we all know that going out there and looking for gold and being out there outside and with other people, it's really therapeutic, even when you don't have any kind of uh, problems like the PTSD or any of that.
right,
It's so imagine having to deal with your life after coming out of combat and being either physically or emotionally damaged and not being able to do anything about it. How nice is it to get out and just not worry about that stuff? Somebody, and having some fun. Because it's all about having fun. And like I always say, are we having fun yet?
excuse me.
You
Very
sound like you're
true.
having fun.
No, need to quit smoking. But
Well, put
I've
that
been
thing
a
down for a
really
while.
like vaping. I wish I did. The flavors were good, but I like pipe tobacco and I like cigarettes. What can I say?
Yeah, I hear you.
Well, we have a couple of questions in the room. Pardon me. I don't know if you're still in the room, but Damon, the next time we're down in Indiana is, I don't know. But I know one guy who'll know for sure when we're coming, and that's Patrick Moore. Um, but we'll be heading down there. We will excuse me. We will be down there for the gold show. Right, Justin?
Yeah, if you live, if you don't,
Yeah.
if you
If
don't
I
choke to death.
had to mute my mic, that one. Yeah. I'll live. Only the good
Yeah.
die young. Yes, we'll be there October 21st and the 22nd for sure, doing our part at this year's GPA Golden Treasure Show.
Yep, we'll be there.
Most likely, best
I'll,
place
I'll
to
either,
find us is the
I'll, e-
Bannon booth.
yeah, I'll either be at the panning trough on the inside, and if I'm not on the inside, I'll be on the outside of it.
Yeah, no
I'm-
doubt, huh?
Yeah. If I'm not demonstrating or helping out, I'll be out there panning for gold like everybody else.
Yeah, and our friends over at GPS has a nice add-on to their Wednesday show. Hey, Dan Zuler, how are you?
All right, you got Swiftwater on
Yeah,
uh, on Wednesday nights.
right. He's like the new anchor for the West Coast. Um, and of course, there's Dredging Up the News with Kathleen Biffle and the rest of the crew, unless Dennis is at work.
I
And
think Dennis.
then Swiftwater with his new. You could see it, but didn't want you to hear that one. Oh man.
Need to hit the mute button a little quicker.
Working on it. Hey, this all live stuff is fairly new to us here at Flashing Your Pants. Flashing Your Pan Productions.
Well, let's see how we go. How I'm gonna go video, so you can put me up on the screen and see how it looks for everybody.
All right.
Here I come.
Uh-oh.
Oh, my goodness.
Let's see if I can bring you up. Oh, gotta put you over on that screen.
Well, I don't know what you got to do.
Well, I'm getting there. There's two screens and all.
Who is this?
And there's Toledo just right there. And now I'm going to bring up the room so we can at least see what people. So I can at least read it. Oh, man. Okay. I didn't hear it did good. It will be
I
at
don't
the
see.
state fairgrounds. They're talking about the gold show. Oh, we have another Washingtonian in the our first Washingtonian in the house. Dan Zoller's from the motherlode country of California, and we have King Solomon King or Salmon King because he's from the
Salmon
great
King.
state of Washington. Oh, I want to say Jerry. And I wish I was a lot better at names. How you doing, Jerry? I'm gonna stick with Jerry. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
It's
So,
Terry.
Terry.
Terry. You just said
Oh,
so.
it
Terry.
is Terry. Jerry, Terry. Sorry, Terry. I knew it had a ERRY in there somewhere, but sorry, Terry. I did the
As
same
long
thing to
as
David.
long as long as he's not contrary.
Yeah, yeah. So how's everything back home in Washington, Terry? Now you should be able to see yourself, Jesse.
Nope.
Oh, pretty soon.
Uh,
Give it about
Well,
10 seconds.
10 seconds. No, there we are.
Oh, you were on the South Fork Nooksack? One of my old stomping grounds, Toledo Jazz. Hopefully, a friend of mine and another YouTube producers just starting to make some videos is my good friend Victor Manzo. I just shared his YouTube channel and video or his video on Facebook tonight. It's a bilingual channel. Um, and he's going to be doing gold prospecting and metal detecting. He's a very good friend and a great guy. Um, I would like to see him come in the room. I want to flip with that guy, Jesse. Years ago on the South Fork Nooksack, where Terry was over the weekend, we were way, way upriver, way past Larson's Bridge. Um, and we found a really nice heart-shaped nugget about the size of my pinky nail, and the bugger won the flip.
I wonder if he still has it.
He says he does, but he can't remember where he put it. So I don't know. He said one day he'll try and find it. He's went through a separation and moving and all kinds of stuff, so who knows,
Say no more. Say no more.
And it's been years. Um, yeah, the South Fork Nooksack's one of my all-time favorite places. You can do really good, nice, flaky, scaly um, flakes on that river. Beautiful country. Yeah, yeah. Um, 3.5 miles. Are you getting to the ponds or are you. Larson's Bridge is farther than that, isn't it, Terry? This river, it's a great river, but it's mostly owned by private entities for the most part, but they allow foot traffic in there. When I lived right by the main line for Crown Pacific, I used to be able to go to their office and get a permit for a month, and they'd give me any combination I want to any of the gates I want. And I had reign of their full property. Now, no motorized vehicles whatsoever. It's either bike, hike, or walk.
How about a mule?
Well, mule, you could do a pack train or a horse. So it's hike, bike, or horseback. No nuggets yet. Maybe one day. They're far and few between, and the small stuff adds up.
That's
So,
right.
so we all don't get nuggets, and some never do, and some all my nuggets are far and few between. I
The only nuggets I have were given to me.
Well, what about those pickers you got at the
Those are
swink last
pickers.
year?
Those are pickers.
Pickers are
Those are pickers.
nuggets. Anything you
Okay,
can
the
pick up's a nugget
Ohio Nuggets.
in my book. Oh, doggone, a horsefly poo is the Ohio nugget.
But we'll be going. We'll be going to the meeting this weekend.
Yeah, I'll let you know more on that. Judy was hitting around to something, but I'll let you know more.
Well, I'm going anyways, and I'm going to come back with a. I'm going to fill my tub up with classified material.
Oh,
I'm hearing static.
hearing static. I don't know,
Yeah.
might be your end. How does it sound out there, everybody? Um, the old gravel pit, there's, you know where the second bridge is up above Larson's Bridge? It's a ways past Larson's Bridge. Um, you have to pass Elk Flat where Fawn lives. And thanks, Terry. Terry has no static.
Okay.
So
It's, it's coming through my tablet.
it was way up. It was way, way up by that other bridge. I mean, way up there. And platinum can be associated with olivine, and Twin Sisters is nothing but a big olivine rock. Jesse, one day you'll get up there and prospect again, maybe. I
Oh,
know I will.
let's see my charger for my phone.
Toledo Jess. See his
Yep, back.
nice kitchen back there, guys?
I'm working on it. But
I uh, I
those
like the
cabinets were a good buy for me.
yeah.
Got 8 of those cabinets for $70.
Can't beat that with the stick.
I I painted them. They were brown, but I painted
Oh,
them,
I'd
cleaned
have
them up.
hold on, Jess.
Yep.
Terry, I'd have to look at my topo to tell you what Forest Road. No, if you go in off of what's that, Williams Creek, way up there, it's down from there a little. So Toledo just said he had the static, Terry.
But it's probably coming through my. It's probably because of my tablet.
Uh,
That's what I'm on Skype on my
uh,
tab.
Damon, I have never found any platinum in Ohio, but I heard it's been found here. I don't know about Jesse.
Nope, I haven't. I probably threw it out if I did, because the only platinum I've gotten from Gino.
Oh, okay. Ronald, your bigger gold will be at the front of the bar and not the back. We all like nuggets, Dan. Yeah, and Skype just made us do an update too. It just made me
Okay.
do an update, so I think I'm gonna take down this Facebook Live thing because I'm not gonna do it. So close that down. Close down that computer so I'll stop eating that bandwidth. I should see me here, Jesse. I have like 3 computers going.
I'm sure.
Well, 2 computers actually. My
So
newer laptop with another
Ronald,
monitor and my old one. Ronald.
Ronald, if you're just looking, you need to start digging some holes and trying to find where the gold is dropping out. As
You have to do prospecting, Ronald. You
right,
pan, you pan, you pan, and pan and pan. And
right.
you travel upstream if it's getting better and better and better. Eventually, you're going to get to a spot where you get no more color. Drop back to where you get the most color. Then you can try each side of the stream and see which color the stream's on. And you can find the source that way. But where we're from, there is no source host. The
Well, same
source
with
host.
Ronald. He's in Minnesota, so he's got the glacial gold himself.
Well, Washington State, California, Nevada has glacial gold too.
Right.
So, or
So our concentrations are going to be how the water flows in the creeks and stuff. That's where our concentrations are going to be, and that's what you would look for. Where's those spots? Sometimes in the middle. Depends if you're out in the
the
stream.
bigger stuff is good chances are is in the gut of the stream, Ronald. Um, the bigger stuff.
Right. It's always gonna roll down. So if it finds a place to dig deeper, closer to the center of the earth, that's where it's gonna go.
Only if that the bed of the stream is all moving. If you have a layer that's moving during a flood and a layer that's not moving, this layer here, your gold will drop down to where it won't go down anymore on that layer that's not moving when you're in a flood stage. And eventually this layer that don't move will become a hard pan, and eventually it turn into a conglomerate. Um,
Yeah. Yes, Ronald. It does act the same in the river like in the pan because it stays on the bottom and hugs the bottom of the river. It's always trying to get down to the bottom.
I like using a salmon for an analogy of gold. Carrie might witness to this. Now, a salmon running upstream to spawn takes the most direct route, the route of least resistance, just like water does. Takes the route of least resistance, and that's what gold does. It takes the route of least resistance, and where you have a dead spot, a slack spot, an opening behind boulders, rocks, inside bends, but do not think there's no gold on the outside bends.
Yeah. Don't
Good
ignore the
gold.
outside bends.
Good gold has been found on the outside of bends. You know, that's why I like the saying gold is where you find it. There's a science to it. There's
Research.
oh,
There's a
it's a
lot of
never,
work.
like I told Joel, Jesse, it's a never ending curve. It
Right.
never ends. So, Ronald, you'll be learning and learning for decades to come, just like I've been learning for decades and decades to come, and so on and so on and so on.
And I'm just learning and learning more, and you just got to keep going out there and looking.
True.
And some of it has to do with luck.
Oh,
Some luck.
some of it's just doggone blind luck, newbie luck, rookie luck, greenhorn luck, whatever you want to call it, just luck.
Yep.
Now, Terry has a question. I have been researching the Middle Fork Nooksack. Can't find much info. Any suggestions besides just go? Um, Check out the Historical Society for Whatcom County because the Middle Fork Nooksacks in Whatcom County, unlike the South Fork, a bit of the South Fork happens to be in Skagit. Um, Check out about any of the mining history on the Middle Fork Nooksack. And there's a book. Oh, I used to have it too. Sourdough and the Coho. It's it's a name for an Indian up in that area. But it brings up the Skookum Creek stampede they had there right at the fish hatchery, and it also talks a little about the Middle Fork Nooksack along with the North Fork Nooksack. So I would check out those books. Um, the University of Washington in Bellingham might have some good information to help you out there, Terry. You're right. I would say a good majority ignore the outside bends, and sometimes they've been known to produce substantial gold.
You know,
Yes, Ronald.
depending on how fast the water and how deep it's running too, like during flood stage, that outside bend actually becomes a vortex.
Yeah, it could very well become an eddy.
Right.
Oh, that
And
reminds me.
actually deposit gold as the water hits that outside bend, flips over and turns into an eddy, and it will drop out gold there too.
Right.
Uh, you know, but that's something you have to check out during flood stage.
Well, that's why I like Joe's since it's right down the road and I like it there. And even some other places. Why I
Yeah, what's
look
like
at it during all stages, flood stages. I look at it low water, medium water, raging water, so you can see what it's doing. And I know Patrick does that around his place too, where he goes, because I've seen pictures and videos where he'll be like checking out the water, seeing what it's doing and how it's moving.
yeah, he teases me with his pictures too.
Yeah, he's like that.
Is he still on?
He might be. He was doing some stuff around the house and listening. I need to read some of Terry's stuff.
Yeah, I use Google Earth a lot, Terry. Um, uh, Anytime we go someplace new, which is as often as I like, but anytime we go someplace new, so I always check out Google Earth and I look at the history, the timeline history, to see what the river is doing during flood stage. If it's how wide it does get. I mean, you can't see any movement, but at least you have an idea of what's in the water when it's high, where it's actually at, and when the water is low, you can see, sometimes if it's low enough, you can see the bottom. Like where I live here in Ohio, on the Maumee River, I go through the timeline and I can find dates on there where the water is so low that I can see all the bedrock, find all the cracks. So I love Google Earth. It's great.
Yeah, it's definitely a good program.
And oh man, I'm missing it.
What are you missing?
There's that new show,
Oh,
Cooper's Treasures.
Cooper's Treasures.
Right. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's
I
Gordon
I,
Cooper.
I watched some of it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, now that I have that Android box, we're watching some better TV than Netflix now. So,
Yeah, Terry, that you find the timeline up on the toolbar, you'll see a clock up there. Click on that clock, and you'll get a slide bar, and you can go up and down the slide bar to gives you pictures at different intervals throughout. I think they go back to like the mid '80s, I believe.
well,
I guess.
since satellite really started, I think, because I've looked back to on the swank for, yeah, 80s.
I'm thinking like around '87 or something like that is when they started doing it.
And then you could see how it changes, because I've noticed at the swank, you go back far enough, you could see how it goes down around that island now,
Yep,
and it isn't
yep.
all the way through where it is now, the main channel. The main channel used to go down and around by Wildcat Hollow and around, and you could see how it moves going through the different years on Google Earth. And yes, Terry, Google Earth can very much be your friends, like
Yep.
maps in general.
I,
Uh,
Ronald, I don't know what site you're talking about. You talking about for the mines or claims or
I have a half dozen map sites, Ronald. Um, Let me bring down some of this stuff and let's see what we got here.
like with this computer?
Well, I have Land Matters, Mines Maps. I know Jeff Williams from AskJeffWilliams.com. That guy's so energetic. I wish I could be that energetic.
I tell you what, when I saw him on Ancient Aliens the other day, it really took me a little bit of time to figure out it was him because it kind of looked like him, but it didn't look like him. It definitely sounded like him. So that was kind of cool. Like I was saying the other night, I had to hit rewind on my TV to go back to find out who it was, and sure enough, it was Jeff Williams, geologist.
Right. Here, I'm gonna pop this. I need to pop this chat out so I can see it when I'm somewhere else. Oh. Sorry for a second, guys. All right, well, here's one of the map sites, Ronald. It's a really good map site, but Jeff Williams, he talks about the site, and I want to look for that. Jurin was talking about that too. But you can pick from land status, topographical map downloads. You have geology maps for like pretty near every state: Alabama, Arkansas, Arizona, Cali, Colorado, Connecticut State, Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Idaho, And the list goes on and on. Washington, Wisconsin, Wyoming. I bet you they have one there for old. Look at that. Minnesota for you, Ronald. And then you can have minerals maps. Use the map for minerals, mines. Um, you could check on historic mines, active mines, mineral processing plants, United States gold mines, silver mines, copper mines, and cinnabar mines, mercury mines. Also, you could check on status of claims, historical claims. You have A2. You have the 12 states pretty much you're allowed to claim in, besides historical. Is that the one you're talking about?
Terry mentioned the LR 2000.
Well,
I heard,
this incorporates the LR 2000. Now, if you try and go to the website now that used to be Geocommunicator, it's it's a pain in the ass. Sorry, children, women, and children, but it's a pain in the keister. Um, I haven't even learned how to navigate the place yet. When the geocommunicator was still working, where it had the LR 2000 and everything, it was a great tool. Well, this site here, Land Matters, Terry, it incorporates the LR 2000, and this is where Geocommunicator takes you now. I'll come down here to the BLM LR 2000, and you can go through the help guides here, and it's a little more difficult than it used to be, but it can be a very useful tool. Yes, it can. Um, there's also another pretty good map site. Is it this one?
what do you mean by gold fallout, Ronald?
I'm sure he's talking about dead areas where the gold drops.
Oh,
Uh,
so I think doesn't I think Jeff Williams has a good video on reading the river. Doc has a good video reading the river. That's what you want to. You can go on YouTube and type that in, how to read a river for gold.
Doc,
And
I would go to Doc Moore. I have much respect for Jeff Williams. He's a real good geologist. He's a great prospector. He knows his stuff. Um, but he'll say it. He'll say it himself. He's a hard rock miner.
right,
He's and the placer deposits he works are all high and dry. Um, and he's a hard rock miner. Um, I know the mine he works on his show, though, that's actually placer deposits, I believe. He's working caliche and stuff. So,
doesn't he have a bunch of river rock in his mine? Isn't he
well,
working on?
it's a drift mine. It goes into an old placer deposit, but you're still working it like a hard rock mine. You
Right.
hammer and pick and jackhammer and take the stuff out. Then you gotta wash it. and not like when we're high banking or dredging, you know.
Right. He's got a whole separate process. Then there's also Prospector Jess. He he has some good videos too, but you know the only thing with Prospector Jess is you gotta pay to be on his site. It's not
Yeah,
expensive, but
and he's really smart too, and yeah, does have a pay part. Well, he
right,
pays for, you have to pay for his videos, some of them,
right,
and his
right.
ebooks. Uh, but I like the guy, but
Another hour.
know what kind of, he's like monotone.
Yeah, he
Um,
he does put you to sleep,
yeah,
but uh, but he does have some videos out there, and there are other videos. Other people have videos out there. I think Darcy has one too, I believe.
Darcy Cooper, he
Yeah,
has a very good one on glacial movement and deposits and how to read a stream. It's old, Ronald. It's like 5 years old. Go back, but it can hard to miss the thumbnail. It will be a white piece of paper with like rivers drawn on it with gold along it. And I think I have it on my playlist for Darcy Cooper, for
isn't he the
minor or
one that
bus. I believe I have it in that playlist.
isn't
It's
isn't Darcy the one that built a little screen with curves and stuff in it and put obstacles in there so he can show you how gold travels down.
I, I that that might
Somebody
have
does.
been Darcy. I think actually Jeff Williams did something like that too.
Yeah.
But I would recommend watching a lot of Dar. If you want to listen to a knowledgeable guy, go go watch some of Darcy Cooper's stuff. You know,
Yeah, and also Doc from Goldhog.
yes,
Go through his videos. He does a really good job of explaining the different processes and how and shows you because he uses his uh, plexiglass sluice boxes so he can you can see how the material works and how it drops off and you know and he's very knowledgeable and can really explain it in layman's terms um, what we're looking for. You
sluice
know
window,
what?
sluice window, Ronald. My water window for dredging and stuff.
Be right back.
I was just out in the shop today after work doing a little touch up on my latest project for In the Shed with Ed. I decided to make me a Saruka. Made my Saruka, Jesse. It's like what Hurd made.
Heard.
Dan Hurd from British
Yep.
Columbia. That's where I got the idea, and I made it small enough so it can fit right in the backpack.
Well, didn't he make his? Didn't he use a 20-inch bicycle rim to make his?
No,
I saw somebody that made one. They used a 20-inch bicycle rim.
well, I know the company in Arkansas by the creator of diamonds uses the green sewer pipe with the aluminum bicycle rim around it,
Yeah.
but they want like $70 for those. I
Oh.
I know Bill at Bill Bauer at Carolina Gold Prospectors, he carries them, but I'm cheap. I'm a poor white boy, so
Yeah, you're a DIY guy.
I made my own Saruka. I want to make one like you're talking about though, Jesse. But the video now
What?
Dan could have very well made one like that too, but I know he made one like this, and I was like, hey, that's pretty simple,
The
pipe
Saruka. What
and
that does is that pretty much just concentrates your heavies, right?
pretty much it's used for prospecting for gemstones,
Right.
Terry, and it pretty much does. You shake it around. Pardon me. Like you
Yeah.
work it
Yeah, he is a poor old white boy.
much like a sieve, and and you kind of shake it, and all your heavier material goes right in the middle. And when you flip it over on your Saruka bed, you'll be able to see gold on stuff on it. Indie Me Too has a video or two on how to use the Saruka and using them. And I believe Dennis Dayton also does. I know he has one where someone's doing a demo with it, but I believe he has a couple of videos on the Saruka. Yes, Terry, a poor old white boy. Well, at least I'm good company with a bunch of other poor. Oh, they're not all white though, but we're all human and we're all one race. Scrape the blue channel clay top and Saruka that. Why does the clay like work like lard or whatever, Damon, and sticks in it, and so you take off the top of that and Saruka it down?
Yeah, I imagine just like any other piece of equipment, you got to learn how to use it. So lots of practice on using it, huh? And
I
shares uses it.
Hey Ronald, was that the right map page you wanted to see?
So what are you finding in the gravels? Is there gold in with it? Or are you finding like garnets and other minerals or what?
Who, Damon?
Yeah.
I'm sure he is.
It says it's the gravels are richer here. Oh, so he, I believe what he's saying is that the gravels in the clay are holding more gold than anywhere else. Is that what you're talking about?
Richard there. Yeah. Makes sense. It's a false bedrock and it's not going to travel down anymore, so it's right there. You know what I mean, Jesse?
Well, diamonds and garnets mostly. Okay.
I have some stones that I believe are diamonds, but heck, It's hard telling. I don't know a lot about diamonds, but trying to learn. This old dog's trying to learn new tricks. I know you're talking about the Saruka, and you were talking about the blue clay working the top part, diamonds and garnets. I've seen some nice sized garnets from Indiana, Jesse.
Yeah, you should see the bucket load I got from Alabama. Don't I have one up here? No. I thought I had. I'm thinking I got one up here, about the size of
Yeah, that was a
a shooter, about
Saruka.
the size of a shooter marble.
Excellent. Congratulations. Got his first diamond this year. Hanging on top of the clay. Makes sense, you know. Clay's uh, false bedrock, and so makes sense.
And it's sticky.
Yeah, and it's sticky. A lot like lard is. And I know they use lard in diamond sluices, or they used to on the slick plate. Chuck Lassiter in his book
Yeah, that's who I was thinking of.
Gold
Chuck Lasseter.
Prospecting the Midwest, and talks about the slick plate for diamonds and stuff on the back of your dredge. You coat it with lard. But I've heard that stuff decades ago when I was still back in Washington.
I don't know if you've ever watched Doc's video. What he does when he's
Don't he
looking for
use an
gems.
ultraviolet light?
Oh, I don't know, but what he does is he takes a tub and lets all his tailings run in there and catches his emeralds, or I mean his gemstones and diamonds and stuff in that. You know, like a fluid bed.
Right.
We should start doing that ourselves.
Mm, yeah, it could. Wouldn't hurt,
Right.
would it?
Nope. Just got to dig an extra hole. I got the perfect tub for it too.
Yeah, they fluoresce. I think I saw a video of some Carolina boys. I it could have been Doc, and they were using fluorescence, and could have been Gold Hog. Watched a lot of videos on all kinds of prospecting stuff.
Well, I'm hoping that when we're down there, we'll get a chance to meet Doc.
That'd be nice. Ain't Michael
Cause,
like pals with him and does beta testing for Doc?
right.
Yeah. Hey Doc.
Hey.
I have yet to use your mat. Wouldn't mind
We'll
comparing it.
we'll get him. I need to get the mats cut for that sluice. You know, I got some gold hog mat
Right.
that I was going to put in my monster high banker that I decided not to build because it was too heavy, and I started thinking about going small.
Well, you know, after I lugged around my big old 4-inch dredge for a
Right.
few years, most of the time by myself, I'm glad I went to the gold snare, but I do miss the 4-inch. But I still have capability for air, so.
Right. Hey, and that's the thing about the gold snare too, man. We can take it with air. We can go down deep. Take it with
Oh
us.
yeah, as long as we have enough head on our pump
Right.
to lift it up to,
We
or
can take it down with us.
all we need is the pressure down to us. So well, I
Right.
think we'd be all good. There is no
Well,
lift.
nope.
It would all be pressure to the unit. So hey, yeah.
Yep.
Now just need to get another regulator and hose, and because all I have is one. I have
Yeah.
3 masts
You
though.
have one. I need to get one.
Right, right. We'll see what we can do. See what kind of
Oh, that's
deals we can get.
you're gonna like that stream net, Terry. I tried to win one, but I haven't been able to. Uh, but yeah, I like my gold log match too. Yeah, Rob still makes it. Makes them. He just put a few out, 1-inch ones on eBay. Uh, and if you're looking for a 2-inch one, all you got to do is get on his webpage there and give him a call. Tell him what you're looking for, and
Whatnot.
I'm sure.
Rob Woodhouse
I'm,
is a great
yeah,
guy.
I'm sure he'd take care of you.
Oh yeah.
Just make sure that when you do talk to him, you mention us.
That'd be greatly appreciated. Tell him you
Yeah,
heard about it through Ed and Jesse or Jesse and Ed. Team Gold Snare.
Team Gold Snare.
Be,
Well, I should have my Team Gold Snare hat on. You got yours on.
oh, you bet. I got to promote our one of our brands, and I'm looking into Ed in the Shed hats, in the Shed with Ed hats, and prospecting with Ed and Jesse hats. But when I can only order a few at a time, they're kind of spendy.
Yeah, they are.
Because the more you order, the better price you get. But I'm not gonna say I want 100 hats, and sit
Well,
on them for 5 years.
we should just buy the hats and then I'll take them over to my cousin. She'll embroider them for us.
Well, yeah, I could do that. There's a place in Finley that I built some offices for. They deal in hats and stuff. I don't know. We'll have to check on hats. And where's your cousin?
She's here in Toledo.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought she was
Well,
gonna
if you want a
embroider.
coach
I
there,
thought
you
you
can
were
order
gonna
one.
buy some hats and get some stuff embroidered, and that was a year ago. I want a Team Micro Gold hat. Vista Print. Damon.
Everybody be wearing that. Yeah, yeah. If he doesn't have any, Terry, if he doesn't have any on eBay, just go to goldsnare.com and you'll see his phone number on there. Call him up. He'll talk to you. He's got no problem answering your questions and taking care of you. I don't know how many he's got made or if he's ready to make any more. I know he just put 5 of them up on eBay and they were almost all gone in a couple days. In fact, I'm actually waiting for one myself right now. Come to think of it.
That's cool that your build worked really well. But when I looked at the newest Golden Fish pamphlet, you just have to file a HPA You can't use your book. You have what's that? A JARPA? You could, not saying they'll approve it, but um, not saying they'll approve the request, but you can send in a request for a permit for the South Fork Nooksack. I think the dredge window is only a month long, like Finney Creek, which bites. They're both good, and I don't understand. I can understand the South Fork. It's a salmon running river, humpies, coho, chinooks. That I can understand. Now, Finney Creek, where my claims was, Jesse, it had like zero fish runs. You might see a little trout here and there, but I had on one end of the claim I had a 15-foot waterfall where we dredge was like a 10-foot waterfall, and at the bottom of the claim boundary there was like a 20-foot waterfall. How in the heck was fish gonna get up to my frickin' claim to make it? And they'd only let me dredge one stinking month out of the year, and I mean it's a canyon like this. You only get sunlight for like 2 hours in the afternoon, and gee whiz.
Well, Terry, if you do get a gold snare, one way that you could use it, um, one way that you could use it out of the creek, let's say like in a high bank situation, if you had another hose that would bring you water, dig yourself a hole, then you can stick that whole gold snare into the hole with the water and start running it that way. And it'd be kind of circulating right back in the hole, you
Yeah,
know?
because the units, you've seen it on my wall, Terry. You've seen us use it. The unit's fairly small, and you could be high and dry up on a gravel bar. There's some nice sized gravel bars on the Nooksack. And like Jesse said, once you start getting water in it, just start dredging it.
Right.
Keep the tailings to the back.
Yep. And if you watch the way we use the gold snare, basically what we do is we dredge a trough or a channel and just run everything behind us. You know, that seems to work out pretty good.
Yes, Terry, like your dry land dredge. Day Creek, no, I haven't. I wish I did. With Cabin Creek, literally a mile away from my house, which has decent gold on it and fossils. Um, then Muddy Creek ran through my backyard, and then the South Fork Nooksack and my claims up on Finney Creek. I didn't really go out exploring a lot of new prospects, especially because I had the three claims with a couple of partners on Finney Creek, and we had to do so much work a year and take care of that and make sure no claim jumpers were going to it or Sasquatch messing up anything or anything like that. Um, but from what I understand, Day Creek has a very rich history, and a guy who works at Woods Logging Supply in Cedar Woolley, he has a house. He lives in Day Creek, and Day Creek's like in his backyard. He tells the story of a miner up on the Day Creek that would bury cans of nuggets. And, well, let's just say well, something happened to the miner. He either got killed, murdered, or whatever. And from those could very well still be stashed away. I also heard about the Indians massacring a bunch of miners up on Skookum Creek, and there's still believed to be pokes hidden up on the higher waters of Skookum Creek. And remember, back in the late 1800s, there was an actual stampede to Skookum Creek, Terry. There you
Yeah,
go. Break out the Garrett.
Terry, if you want to learn more about the gold snare, go to YouTube. We got videos on YouTube. Rob's got videos on YouTube.
Well, here also,
Dennis Hayden has a good video from Gold Rush days where Rob demonstrated it.
yes.
Go to. Plus, there's a lot of other videos. Other people having videos.
Well, if you want to find Rob's Gold Snare YouTube page really quick, you can just go to my channel, Terry, and right over here where it says fellow prospectors channels, um, it's right. I have them so they shuffle, so they're not always the same order. So if it isn't here like it shows right now, right there, Gold Snare, just come down here and click see all, and it will bring up the whole list, and just look for Gold Snare SGS. And Rob has some really good videos on his gold snares, right, Jesse?
Yep. Yes, he does.
Yeah, Skookum Creek. Yes. Not
I gotta stop.
the town was called Flea. You know where the bridge is? Skookum as frig. um,
Whatever that means.
you know where you park before the bridge and you go over the bridge on Skookum Creek? And yes, John, the SGS ones are still available. Um, right after you get over the bridge, if you look to your right, I'm sure it's all overgrown, but right at the mouth of Skookum Creek, opposite of the fish hatchery, was the mining town of Flea. They called it Flea because the fleas were so bad about eating you alive.
No, he's not out of business. He just doesn't promote. Other than Ed and I, we're probably his only two real promoters. But he does throw them up on eBay once in a while, especially the 1-inch one. He's always got those up there. Puts up 5 at a time. I think he does it when he needs money. I don't know.
Oh, he just built a new house and shop and everything, so you would think he'd be putting out a lot. I know I would.
I know I would, that's for sure. But, you know, he has a regular day job, so.
Oh, yeah. So do we. So does David. And
Right. I gotta put my thing on the charger here. I'm running out of juice.
No, there was a where the Indians massacred the miners up on Skookum. It might have very well been a small tent city, but the only one that I remember, since I'm not living in Washington, I do check claims and spots of interest. So when I visit, and if I'm lucky enough to get out, I can. But I don't dive into the history like I used to when I lived there. But the only city I really remember a minor tent city is Flea. And that was right at the mouth of Skookum on the South Fork Nooksack. Um, I don't know.
Well,
Talk to your historical society, and I know the Skagit Valley Historical Society has some really good books on the pioneer days of Skagit Valley, and they do bring up stuff about the Nooksack and stuff. Um, and they're in LaConner at the museum there. You can pick those up. But I'm sure if you went to the college there in Bellingham, they could hook you up really well there. The library there too. Sorry, Jesse, you were gonna say something.
oh yeah, I was gonna respond to Terry there about the 1 inch. It picks up bigger gold than the smaller gold. The nice thing about the 1 inch is that it's very stealth. It's battery operated.
Oh
So,
yeah, guerrilla tactics.
yep.
That'd be
So you
good
can
for
get in
you,
and out without
Dan.
anybody knowing you're back there.
Like that place you were on, that video I commented on, your newest video. Um, I bet the SGS one would work pretty good there, especially if you got onto some bedrock and had some nice tracks to work. It's a
Oh
great
yeah.
guerrilla tactic device. Um, you know, Nothing but the trickle of water. Um, that's what I like about the Gold Cube too, and running 12 volt. It's like no one knows you're there. It's kind of
Right.
like out of earshot, out of mind. And unless they stumble right upon you.
Hey man, I'm gonna get off of here. I got things I gotta get back to doing.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's been fun, and
It's
we will
been
do this
real,
again.
but it hasn't been real fun.
So yeah, Terry, get a hold of Rob. Tell him we sent you. Check that
Yes,
out
please do.
for the price. I mean, I've thrown away that much money going to the casino. So
Yeah, for $250 for the SGS one, that's a good deal. For the SGS two, that's 575, which
right,
they're both excellent tools. I swear by mine. I know Jesse would swear by his.
absolutely.
So
So I'm gonna say good night to everybody and get back to getting some more work done before I go to bed
all
here.
right.
All right.
Get to work. Get to work.
No, no, she don't pressure me. I pressure myself more than she does. Trust me.
Good, good, good. All right, Jesse, thanks for joining us here live
Yeah.
tonight. Uh,
Yep. And everybody else, good night. Have fun talking with Ed, and we will catch you later.
See you later, brother.
Yep. Bye.
All right. Well, that was cool of Jesse joining us. Thank you very much, Terry. Awesome. See you, Dusty. You're leaving? I'm not leaving yet. Here in a little bit, probably though, but not quite yet. Hey, Sean, how you doing, man? We have a new member to our family of prospectors: Patrick, Terry, Damon, John, Sean here. Um, Deranged Records. He's from northeastern Ohio. He's gonna be a new GPA member here soon, and I hope he joins the Buckeye chapter. Right on, Dan. Good night, Patrick. Take care. Say hi to Wendy. All right, excellent. Thanks, Terry. Thanks for stopping in, and good luck on the Nooksack. Do me a favor. Is there any way I could talk to you into getting some Nooksack concentrates for me, Terry? I would really love to pan some dirt from home from one of my most favorite rivers. I'm doing pretty good, Sean. Pretty good. Tired. I had a tore off a whole front ephes from a Arby's and fixed some framing and reframed and tore out dry rot and reframed it, resheeted it, put on Den's glass and got her all buttoned up. And it was loads of fun in a lift all day. But Terry, I'm going to email you that request if you're not in the room still. I know you were sounding like you're bailing, but oh well. I hope you heard it. I might have to message him. I'd love to have some tons from the South Fork Nooksack. I would love it. Love it. You gotta get back to work now, Dan? Or gotta get back to work? Excellent, excellent. If and when you're ready, I'll let you know my address, Terry, and that'd be awesome, dude. Awesome. Thanks. Good night, Terry. Thanks for stopping in. Sorry I got your name mixed up with Jerry and not Terry, but at least I had the ERRY right. Good night, buddy. Oh, brother. Oh, no. Pardon me, guys. 1 second, or lady, if there's any women in the room or watching. Hold on. My better half asked me a question. Nothing, honey. I was just talking. Um, I actually kind of forget what made me say that, but it wasn't nothing really big. So, all right, I'm back. Wow, time flies. Well, here it is. An hour and a half into this first live show of In the Shed with Ed, but help me with the new name, because when I'm doing it this way, I'm not out in my shed. I'm in my little cubby in the basement, which I fondly call my editing studio. So, help me come up with a name. Gold is good, that's right. Excellent, Sean. Excellent. I hope you find some of that good. Like Dan says, all gold is good gold. And it's been sitting there waiting for us. Yeah, we're representing some good representation here tonight. California, Washington, Ohio, Indiana, Texas, Minnesota. Basement gold. Well, Jurin, he does foundations for houses and finds gold on his job sites in Utah. And Sean, you do basements. You should run some of that dirt from underneath the houses. Well, to be perfectly honest with you, in any gold country, the easy big stuff has already been taken. Gone. It's out of here. Yes, there's still nuggets around. We've only really actually mined like 10-15% of all gold reserves in the world. And Ohio does have nuggets. Indiana has nuggets. I've seen them. I've found them. Granted, though, I found my biggest nugget in Northern California off the Scott River in the Klamath. But hey, but everywhere, no matter where you go, they all say we have small gold here. Like Terry up on the Nooksack, small gold. There's small gold, and then there's some very nice flakes. I mean, like you're eating cornflakes. Well, maybe not that big, maybe Special K, but nice flakes, little flakes. I ran buckets in the basement in the winter. Yeah, I try and heat my shop up. I don't like doing it in the basement. Technically, it might not be a nugget, but hey, Dan, really, anything you can pick up, I consider a nugget, especially living out here. Nice rice grain size pickers, little BB size pickers. Well, half a gram ain't a bad little nugget. My little nugget that looks like Ohio's a half gram. Now, okay, let me ask one question, Ronald. I love you. You're a brother of another mother. You're a good guy. I've met you several times. Now, is this armchair prospecting you bought in a bag and had it shipped to you, or did you find it? Nothing wrong with panning pay dirt if that's your thing. Nothing wrong with it. Don't get me wrong. If you need any pan dirt, visit my friend at MDV over at ipanforgold.com. He has some really good dirt. Or Jimbo's Gold, but me, I'm not really much into buying dirt. I rather find my own pay dirt. Excellent. Who from? I got pay dirt at last year's gold show too. Actually, Toledo just got me a bag from the Wilson brothers. It was nice gold bags too, but for $20, I wasn't too shabby. You dry it and weigh it. It doesn't count if it's wet in a vial, Ronald. Dry it and then weigh it. I know you're getting it pretty clean because I saw it in your gold claw and it looked really good. Tommy Knockers and Jimbo. All right, help support Jim Hamilton, Jimbo's Gold Bags. He's an AMRA member. Excellent, excellent. I saw that one time on Facebook when you had it on your scale and it was in a vial and there was water in the vial, and it's always good to dry your gold and weigh it. Sweet, sweet. All right, well, I need to call her quits for the night. My better half's going to bed. I need to put my dog to bed. It's been great visiting with you all. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Danny Rivieras. Thank you. The snuffer bottles come in handy. I have about 8 of them, Sean. You can never have too many, like gold pans. Can never have too many. Yes, but I do have to get going. I have to wrap it up and take care of some stuff, and I wake up pretty early. But I still won't go to bed for a couple hours myself. But I have some stuff I got to do. Thank you for joining me. I'm not quite sure if this is going to be every week or every other week, but I kind of like this format. It seems to go well. But it will be on Tuesdays. Check out for the next scheduled show. Thanks again for joining me. Maybe one day too, I'll see you on the river. And may you always have a flash in your pan. Thank you and good night. Thank you very much, my friends. Oh.
Took my family away from my Carolina home. dust-covered trail. They say heaven's at the end, but so far it's
Thank
been
you for
hell.
coming
And there's
in,
fire on the mountain, lightning
Thank you
in
all
the
for
air.
joining tonight.
Golden
I
hills,
really
and
appreciate
it's
it.
waiting for me
Please
there.
like, thank you for commenting, share, and if you're not a subscriber, please make sure to become one today.
Selling everything
Good night,
we found
y'all.
just to stay alive. Gold flowed free like the whiskey in the bars. Sinning was the big thing, Lord, and Satan was a star. And there's fire on the mountain, lightning in the air. Gold in them hills, and it's waiting for me there. Dance hall girls were the evening treat. Empty cartridges and blood lined the streets. Men were shot down for the sake of having fun, or just to hear the noise of their 44 guns. And there's fire on the mountain, lightning in the air. Gold in them hills, and it's waiting for me there. Now my widow, she weeps by my grave. Tears flow free for her man she couldn't save. Shot down in cold blood by a gun that carried fame. All for the useless and no good, worthless claim. And there's fire on the mountain, lightning in the air. Gold in them hills, and it's waiting for me there. And there's fire on the mountain, lightning in the air. Gold in them hills, and it's waiting for me there.